This conference will now.
Okay, let's say, stand up, say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Good morning. This is meeting house. The meeting is also available on GoToMeeting. We have an agenda in front of us. If there's any corrections, let me know. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Smolik makes the motion. Is there a second? Todd will second it. Okay.
I'll second.
Brian seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Approve the minutes of the October 18th meeting. Has everybody a chance to look at the minutes? And everybody signed the claim? If so, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 18th meeting claim.
Hendrickson makes the motion. Any further discussion?
Well, Todd?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Sorry, Mike, I should have asked if you were out there. Sorry about that. Okay. County Attorney General discussion.
Gentlemen, I think last week, I think you did, at least I hope you did, receive what I drafted on the Carpenter issue. If that is okay and looks okay with you, you're not saying now, but we can move to the next step and try and put together how we get everybody to sign it, okay? Email before I kind of have a plan for that, and I can't guarantee it's better than anybody else's plan. Somebody else may have a plan, and if they haven't, then we can go with that plan. But it's something I guess I would probably prefer to get on, get on top of it sooner rather than later. So take a look at it, let me know what you think. Then I'll offer that. I have just for your information, this week, getting ready, well, I'm doing a lot of things this week. One of the things I'm doing this week is getting ready for a criminal trial next week. To be here next Tuesday morning, but I might not be, but I'll let you know ahead of time if I will be or won't be. That'll probably, I don't know how long it'll take. It might take most of the week. But I'll still be around and available if somebody needs me. And these things are always in flux. You know what I mean? I mean, you always have these trial dates set. You have a million things set. Sometimes things go to trial. Sometimes nothing ends up going. So just, if you try to get a hold of me, I'll be around, but I might just be kind of in and out here and there. Okay.
But what you sent is a go for me.
All right.
Do you want us to have consensus today, or you want?
No, I don't. I'll probably just touch base one final time and then move from there, because I don't see it as anything at this point that has to be like, voted on. I mean, it will have to be, but right now, it doesn't. I just, if you think it's okay, I'll just go forward. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like Steve said, I'm okay with it also, but if you wanted others to think about it, we can
Well,
talk a little bit too. So.
I'll probably won't get anything done with it for a day or two anyway, so
Okay.
if anybody has any comments, let me know, okay? I guess about all I have to talk about, unless you guys have something else.
Nothing. I'm good.
Okay, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sheriff's report for September.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have September fees for you this morning at $2,045.15.
We have a motion to approve $2,035.15 for the sheriff's fees.
I will make a motion to approve the sheriff's report.
Smalley makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Brian seconds. Any further discussion?
Roll call, Jim,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Todd.
So on the heels of what Aaron was talking about for the trial next week, we need to go to Moose Lake, Minnesota, which is 100 some miles north of Minneapolis, to get the defendant in that trial. So we'll have a deputy on the road all day on Monday to make that happen. And then who knows, get him down here, might plead guilty, who knows? But we'll have that trip and then a return trip, so we'll be putting on some miles, windshield time going to Moose Lake. Secondly, I guess I'm still open to meet with the city attorney from Riceville and their mayor on their law enforcement issue over there. We'll see how that plays out. I did receive a call from one city council person and responded with a letter to her in regards to our position on that. So I'm available the last week in November and the first couple weeks in December. Might be a little hard getting a hold of me. I have plans to be out of the area for a while. So we need to do it, before then, if they want to get together. So that's really all I have for you this morning.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff.
All right.
Thank you very much. Department head discussion.
Here's something quick.
Okay.
I've been asked a lot with the 5 supervisor, 3 supervisor, what difference of pay is. So I went back to the 2020, 2021, and the supervisors were making $40,873.93. So for the 3 of them, it was $122,621.79. And you guys are currently making $36,487.50. So that comes out to $182,437.50. So it's a difference of $59,815.71. I've been asked a lot, so I figured I'd just state it here.
$59,815.
$815.71.
Which isn't all that bad for having 2 more votes and a little more coverage.
And then insurances went up a little bit, but I think we were budgeting 12,000 and now we're up to like 12,600, and that's the 600, a couple $100 high, so I'd say we can add $1,200 and cover the difference of the 2 insurances.
Well, every year we add 1 or 2 different organizations that we're part of. And putting 3 back on that amount of organizations or committees you're on, it'll be a tougher deal.
I guess I'm not going to comment on the 5 or 3 specifically, but I think people just need to focus on the quality of a candidate that they vote in. That goes with any elected office. I mean, there's no magic number for a size of a board. You need to be concerned as far as who the individual is you're going to vote in. That's what makes a quality board. I guess I wish people would focus on that, but that's my thought on it. So.
It's a very good comment, Jim. Remember what you had and think about what you got now.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just gonna give a little HVAC update. I'll try to do that every meeting we have. So I did a site visit yesterday. There's no work done in the jail basement since the boiler's been installed. There's been no work in the courthouse basement here, but they removed all the outside AC units except for one. Dave felt one still needs to be used there's a hot area over there, so there's still one there. And yesterday, Bruning arrived on site. You probably can all see that they're out digging. And the existing geothermal wellheads were shot in by a surveyor, so they knew where those locations were. OMU located power and gas for the area. They'll be removing the courthouse rain gutters temporarily because they don't want those dumping to make their trench wet, or to relocate those for a little bit. I gave Randy contact information for local hydro excavation contractors in case they wanted to do that. I don't think they're doing that. He's gonna contact me if they find rock during their excavation, because if they do find rock, it's part of the contract that they get paid extra for excavation if there's rock involved. And what they're digging for is there's the line that's gonna run from the jail over to the courthouse and into the basement of the courthouse. And two lines actually, a feed and a return. It'll go through a heat exchanger here, and in that heat exchanger is where it's tapped into the geothermal system for this courthouse. So they're not tapping into the geo field out there, they're actually tapping into it here. But it's not a direct tap, it goes through a heat exchanger, so that it is two separate systems, but it's pulling its heat from our field. So that's the lines that they're putting in out there. I guess that's the update.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other department head discussion? Anybody online also possibly? Okay. Engineer update.
Morning.
Morning.
Not much to discuss. We've got, we're out doing our normal maintenance, and we've got some moisture. We can start blading some roads. We're actually doing some good when we're blading instead of just moving dry and turn around. The Statesville box culvert, I'm gonna get back out there after I'm done here. Should be putting the end sections on the downstream side today and starting to figure out our backfill and everything else. So they started installing barrel sections on Thursday last week, and we'll finish that today.
How was the base hard work? Very.
It was dry, and then yesterday we had fractured limestone where our aprons are going, so it's pretty solid underneath there. And then we had some utility issues where some cables were buried a little shallow, but we managed to work around those. So it's going in, and then once they get the end sections back in, I can get a clear survey again and get the pavement figured out as far as the vertical curve and everything that's got to go back in there. We shortened up the removal on the south end, but the crane's been moving back and forth on the pavement. We might have to extend some of the removal a little bit on the north end because it's not taking the weight of the crane, but they had limited locations to stockpile stuff. So I think overall I had a large amount of removal and replacement, and I think shorting one end and adding the other might be okay yet with quantities. So far it's been going okay. I mean, they didn't construct it like I normally would, but it's going in and it's solid underneath now.
Or are they not constructing?
Well, usually you take the whole hole and you have everything leveled out before you put in. They did one line at a time with excavation, and it's because we left the back wall in on the north side too, so the crane could reach. And what happened is they were trying to push hard and they didn't want to wait when they delivered boxes. They wanted to start planting boxes. So not that it's affecting the construction so much, it probably could have gone a lot smoother for them had they done a little different. But
They survey it in, it shouldn't be a problem.
yeah, so. That's all we've got in secondary roads, other than getting geared up for getting the harvest done and getting the blades or the road straightened back up, doing normal work orders and stuff this time of year. And then I'll be getting final plans in for our projects next year, at least the STP projects next year, November. So.
Do we have to have a grid inspection done on a structure in the county?
I'm gonna have to contact the VHKS. I don't know that it's a specific structural issue, but I want them to look at the damage that was done to that bridge and find out if there's more to the repair, what repair we might need than what I can see, you know. I think that there's a gouge in the railing itself, and then the back supports in the railing were bent up pretty good. The approach guardrail was damaged and removed from the structure. It was broken enough on the one side that it doesn't connect to the structure anymore. But that guardrail isn't a normal standard guardrail either, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of do a little research and find out what's acceptable to put back in, because you don't want to on that type of road and that bridge itself, you don't really need to probably put a full-blown guardrail system back in like we see on the highway. There was a guardrail system there, and I don't know if we can just back up the way it was because it's not a standard, but I'm going to do some digging around and find out. And that's where an inspection will help with that too. The other thing was I still gotta get with the county attorney and find out how we go about
Compensation.
That's what I wondered also.
Right, so when the construction slows down in Statesville, I can focus on that too, so.
Okay.
But we've got some things to chase down.
Is that a slab bridge or is it a precast deck?
I didn't go underneath to look for sure. I know that there's an integral curve on it. But I didn't look underneath. Unfortunate. I don't think, as far as structure goes, that it goes overload or anything. We just have some safety things to look at.
Any questions for the engineer?
Yeah, and I don't know what the name of the road is. It's if you're north of town on the turn west on the slab road there, and then you go where it angles off to go north, when you get down to that bridge. There was county workers working on that road.
Yeah, I think we did a patch on that road that goes to just north of town here. Yeah, we had a culvert underneath the road on the curve that,
Pickle Adams is there?
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We patched it there because the culvert had heaved the road a little bit and left a bump in the middle of the curve, and it was not a safe thing to have there. So we patched it last week.
Thursday.
Okay. And it was like, why are we out doing road work on a farm to market during harvest? And I guess I don't know it.
Weather,
And
we only had one lane shut down. It's just a matter of, we've got the manpower to do it now because a lot of our guys are leaving to do their own farming, and then we don't have enough guys to do a lot of other things. So we had an opportunity with temperature and stuff to get it done quick and then move on. So
I knew there was a reason, but I told him I'd ask,
I know it's unfortunate.
Exactly.
We try to work just as much as anybody else, and we don't try to interrupt harvest, but if we were just gonna shut down our operations during harvest and planting, we wouldn't get anything done either. So sometimes we just gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Everybody has things they need to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time of year it is, you're gonna interrupt somebody's life. So.
Yeah, I understand it was probably, I don't know if it was more than 2 days worth of one lane there, but it was something that needed to get done. It wasn't the safest, you get in the middle of that curve and you hit that bump and it can throw a vehicle just because you're not ready for it.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Good, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Approved liquor license for Veterans of Foreign Wars, Osage Post number 7920. It's a Class C liquor license for the Osage Veterans VFW post. So
Motion to approve liquor license?
Anderson approves, makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ryan second. Any further discussion?
Todd, Jim,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Items of note, meetings attended. I had nothing to report.
I have nothing.
Nothing over.
I had a FMC DCAT, that was the one. We're down 2 members, and like I said last week, there's a few farmers on that. But we postponed it again. And then we also had a economic development meeting last night. Wasn't a lot on the agenda. Still working on the orchard,
site recertification,
the
the orchard site recertification.
yeah, orchard site certification, I mean, I'm blank. And then also the update on the blighted and derelict housing. Roughly around 17,000 left in there. We had another payout, I believe, of about 5,000. It was just a little over 5,000.
Thank you. Clerk of court. Clerk of court for September report. Clerk of court fee or amount was $2,065.95. So noted. Public comments. Anything from anybody? Anything from anybody online? Okay, hearing nothing, we'll entertain a motion to approve, to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Smollett, what's the motion?
Adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Brian seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are done.
Haven't had one that quick in a while.
Wasn't a lot on there.
20 minutes?
Mike, if you're still there, get well.
Okay.